popcorn. And now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, I'm back to normal, you guys. I wanted to get another video out there like pretty quick because I wanted to check up on you guys. Make sure you're doing okay. Are you okay after that last video? Jeez, roller coaster, right? That was really intense. You know, I'm sure some of you are like, geez, I need a cocktail after that. Or you went and took a nap, you know, or signed up for like deep tissue massage, you know, just to release the. Yeah, it was pretty intense, you guys. And I think I'm okay with it. And thank you for all your great comments, you guys. And yes, part of psychology is your feelings are always 100% valid, right? That's the one thing nobody can take away from you. It's like, this is what I'm feeling, you know? And a lot of you, several of you, a handful of you, just kind of affirmed what I was feeling. And thank you for that. Because guess what? We have a handful of survivors, more than a handful of survivors in the Mad Pack. You guys have gone through it, right? And you told stories about ringing the bell and leaving the chemo unit, you know, and people are cheering and, you know, it's awesome. So, but again, you know, coming from like my standpoint, and some of you are still suffering and going through it. Again, I just didn't want to make that big of a deal about it, but it is a big deal. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a quickie or not. I just have one thing I kind of want to talk about. You know, the problem is, you know, I don't know if you're like me, but I know I am. So I'll probably, you know, drone on and on. But what I want to talk about is moving forward. All right, now that I'm done with chemo, what's my strategy personally? How am I going to prep, you know, for my big surgery in January? And then what does this mean for the channel? What does this mean for us, for the, you know, for the YouTube channel? So that's what I want to talk about. So, yeah, for me personally, I decided, and you guys know back in the day, you know, I studied, you know, nutrition and weightlifting and kinesiology and how the muscles and bones work, you know, and what muscles do what. So I was in pretty good shape long time ago. But that's my plan. Really good nutrition, low carb, you know, because most of you know, thank you very much, pancreatic cancer. Thanks for the bonus, you know, type 2 diabetes, right? So I have to manage that. Good nutrition. In fact, what I used to do back in the day, I made my own high-powered protein shakes. I would go to the grocery store, fresh vegetables, not packaged. You know, it's on the, you know, with the little sprayer thing, you know, the little sprayer, you know, the vegetables and the, you know, the spinach and the kale and, you know, but kale, spinach, beets are super chock full of, you know, antioxidants and all kinds of stuff. Grab a bunch of vegetables, strawberries, blueberries, pineapple, cantaloupe, throw it all in the blender, right? Kale, what I do is I just saute it a little bit or just simmer it in some water, and then I use the water in the concoction, right? But I put it in the blender, and I make a huge, and it turns out to be a big bowl of this stuff. You know, it's a lot of, you know, volume. So I blend all this stuff up, and I do have a juicer, but that thing is a pain in the butt, you know, to to clean. So I just put everything, have a big bowl, pour everything in there with a cotton terry cloth towel in there, right? To strain out. So then you squeeze that really super tight, to get all the juice out. Then I don't waste the pulp. I put that in my bread, right? Because that's full of fiber and you don't want to throw that away. So, but then what I do is with this big bowl of juice, I'll put it into individual Ziploc bags, like a cup of it or something, and freeze it. And I'll have this big stack of stuff. So in the morning, I'll get up, I'll have to, take it out and thaw it the night before. But that goes into my little NutriBullet thing. You guys have seen those, right? Little blender thing with the cup, the cup on, the cup. And yeah, I'm back to normal, you guys. Normal. And blend up my smoothie, but then, add water and then 2 scoops of protein powder, right? High protein, nutrient dense, and then I go downstairs and I lift, because the best time to get protein is a little bit before you lift, during your lift, and especially within a half an hour of your lift when you're lifting weights. That's when your muscles are the most primed to absorb all of that protein. And then I throw in glutamine and creatine, just a couple other supplements for, building muscle and speeding the recovery. So that's the plan. Start slow, high reps, low weight, right? You don't want to go heavy right away. Otherwise you'll be sore for like a week and it just ruins the schedule. So anyway, I've got that figured out. So that's for me personally. And then, aerobics. So what I used to do is lift weights, treadmill, lift weights, treadmill, day off. And so I won't get into it, but I have like a certain, it's called a split where, I will explain it. Anything where you're pushing, so that is chest and tricep, okay, pushing down, or pulling. So like curls, your bicep, seated rows, which is your back, lat pull downs, that's pulling, so, and then shoulders and legs. So I've got a 3-way split. So this strategy gives the muscle enough time to recover. Because if you think about it, back and bicep, treadmill, something else, treadmill, day off. Then, it's 5 days before you hit that same muscle group again. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So that's the plan, because I've lost a lot of muscle mass, right? During chemo and my illness, right? So I want to build that back up, and I want to get stronger before my big surgery. Right? So that's the plan. Now for this channel, it's been kind of a debacle, you guys. During my chemo, it's like, and I apologize because, I don't know, 3 videos ago, I just copied and pasted. Do you guys remember that? A reply to everyone's comment. It's like, new video coming soon, or new video tomorrow, and then I didn't do it because I felt crummy. I guess I can't apologize for it, because it is what it is, right? Anyway, I do feel bad, but I guess it is what it is. So, I will never promise you a video ever again. Because with chemo, it's like, it's a crapshoot, whether you feel good or not the next day, So sorry about that, kind of, you know what I mean? So, but what I was going to say is, for the channel, now that I'm starting to feel better, and I will be feeling better, going forward, my videos will be more consistent. I'm going to try to get a video out either Saturday morning or Sunday morning, because it's kind of fun to watch something on the weekend, right? So that's what I'm going to try to do. And I'll be doing more quickies, just because I figured out, it's just going to be easier and faster for me to do like shorter, instead of these long, like you guys are like, oh, would he just shut up? Jeez. Right? Well, no, maybe not. But do you know what I mean? And kind of a strategy for putting out better content. All right. And what I came up with this morning, the strategy is going to be EEE. All right. And there is a certain pronunciation for that.
You know the song. Sing along.
Do you remember that from Friends? Ross. But mainly entertainment, all right, education. Although I'm not an expert on anything. It's not for me to like educate you guys on anything, but it's more like ideas. Like the terry cloth vegetable, and put it in the bread, stuff like that. And then encouragement. All right. Just because I'm feeling better doesn't mean all of the rest of you are. So yeah, I'll be putting a lot of, in fact, maybe that should be the top E, is encouragement, so yeah, I mean, you guys, to be honest, I'm not out of the woods yet. I still have a CT scan. That's still kind of an unknown, right? If it's going to be exploratory. They might find more cancer. I don't know, right? So, and then, my surgery, I'm assuming that'll go fine because my other 3 surgeries went fine. My third nipple was like the easiest one. I was on the OR table cracking jokes. I made the surgeon laugh, right? But, so yeah, I mean, no guarantees. And so I'm going to keep you updated on what's going on with me, of course. But then I want to hear from you guys how you guys are doing, seriously. Yeah, be sure you guys go out on the community tab and check, scroll down because I've posted updates for certain people. So, sometimes it's good news, sometimes it's bad news. But if you don't mind, if you have a minute, I don't have to tell you to do this, you guys. Just support each other, and you guys are really good at that. So good job. All right. Thank you very much. What else? Let's see, blah, blah, blah. I've got some other stuff, but I'm going to cut this off because it's supposed to be a quickie, right? So I hope you guys are okay. I hope you're recovered after that last video. Jeez. Emotional roller coasters. Some of you were crying and laughing and crying again. And, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not. I'm not sorry, but it's like, you guys are just the greatest. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the great comments and the encouragement and affirming my feelings, right? And a couple of you said, you know what? You're going to miss the staff because some of you have been through it, right? And it's like, yeah, it was very emotional because I knew, you get close to these people, right? These healthcare workers. And when it comes time to ring the bell and you leave, and yes, one of you commented, well, you could, drop in. You'll see them again for testing or whatever. Well, at my hospital, the infusion unit, the chemo unit is on the 2nd floor. And then all the CT scans and all the stuff is like on the bottom floor, floor 0 or something, where all the big equipment is. So if I go in for CT scans, unless I go upstairs, and I probably will, I might drop in. But yes, I'm going to buy flowers once in a while. One of you said, what I do is I buy a cake every year on the anniversary that I, left the unit. So I bring a cake into the, so that's a great idea. I'll probably do that. So yeah. And one of you said, you can volunteer at the hospital. Great idea. Great idea. Thing is, I work full time, plus I've got all of you guys I have to like take care of. I'm kidding. But yeah, volunteering would be a blast. I would have so much fun doing that. But my time is really limited right now. It would be different if I was retired and not on the road full time in my RV. If I was just here, mowing and gutters and, hot water heater breaks, that kind of fun stuff, right? So, so thanks you guys. Thank you. You know that. And I gotta go. Maybe I should look at the gutters. I don't know. Okay, talk to you later. Science!